I mean, look at this. I think the build-up has been phenomenal. The first one was a lot of unknown. No one really knew what the turnout was going to be, and obviously the way it went, the way the fans responded, the way it looked on TV, the way the game ended. I don't think you could have asked for a better scenario for the league, and now the whole build-up around it, from press conferences in the summertime, TV shows, everything around it has really been pretty amazing for us to be a part of it again. Feels like it hasn't been 10 years. It went by pretty fast, but here we are, so we're pretty excited about it again for sure.
Back left.
Jack, you're a guy that has to depend on a high level of skill. In practice today, you had the wind. It could be even windier. Will that make a difference in maybe how you approach things, or will you guys have to simplify a little bit, or how are you looking at it, maybe having to deal with some elements?
Yeah, I mean, I think the elements are in play, like you said. It's not like playing, in the usual arenas that we play in. It's a little bit different. Like you said, it's gonna be colder. Sticks are gonna be harder. Your hands aren't as warm as they would be. And the elements are obviously a lot different. So you kind of just adapt as you go. I've not played in a game outside before, so I don't really know exactly what to expect. But I think the beginning of the game will be a pretty simple one, and just try and figure out what's working, what's not.
Nick, on the left side.
Just wondering if one difference is that when you grew up, this didn't exist, so you didn't really dream of playing in it. And Jack, I wondered if you did. At least this was a small part of, could you give me your memory of watching the first one, and was this a part of something you dreamed about doing?
Yeah, of course. It's, most kids, I think, probably dream of playing in this game, and I was no different, and I was watching him play in the first one, so pretty standard, just at home with my with my dad, and pretty special ending. At that point in my life, I was a big Sidney Crosby fan, and I thought the the first one was tremendous. Just the entire build up. Like you said, you weren't really sure what to expect with it, and I thought that the league has done a great job every year of continuing to try and make it better, and I'm just so excited that I'm able to be a part of it, and just to share this moment and this entire experience with my family, and the people that have been close to me. It's pretty special. It's been great. Great weekend.
Mike in the third row.
Jack, the line in the sand for this team seems to be the 3 straight shutouts you guys endured. Since then, as a team, you've got better results. The team has played better. You certainly have really taken off in December. What kind of introspection maybe did you do in the last month with teammates, family, whatever, that really has taken your game maybe to another level and helped this team get where it's gone these 11 games?
I don't really think I'd really changed too much. I took a couple veggies out of my pregame meal and switched up some things. So it's tough to say. I thought earlier in the year there were times where I was playing well and not getting rewarded, and I thought the same for our team. And I think that over the last few games or so, we've been a more consistent team, shift in and shift out, and it's shown. We've figured out what's made us successful and what we can do to put ourselves in the best position to win. I think that we're all buying in a little bit better now, and I think we're starting to come together, and things have been better. But we still have a long way to go.
Greg, front left.
Hey, Jack. Quick question about tomorrow. They're going to announce the U.S. Olympic team here, and I was wondering where your head's at as far as the NHL's decision, as far as guys like you and Austin not getting a chance to be on that team this year, if it's something you've worked through, if it's still a point of frustration.
I think at this point it's kind of in the past. Obviously I think every kid who grows up playing hockey and following the international side of things, wants to represent their country. And I've been fortunate that I've been able to represent USA Hockey at other events, and the big one's the Olympics. I mean, every kid dreams of trying to play in the Olympics, and I'm the same way. And obviously, when we found out that we weren't going to be able to go to the Olympics, it's tough, and it's not just me, but a lot of guys that whether or not they've had opportunities or they're getting to the end of their career, and it only happens every 4 years. So I think it's something that the players really wanted to do, but we couldn't find a way to make it work. So it's something that I kind of just moved on from, and I know some people that hopefully get the opportunity to play for the United States, and I'll be following and rooting for them.
Sergey, front right.
Jason, you spoke about the differences last Winter Classic 10 years ago and then this time. Can you talk about the differences of the team and the state of the team at that point compared with where the Sabres are now?
I don't remember half the team from half the players. No, you know what? I mean, I think obviously the team now has went through a little bit of a tougher stretch for the last few years, but at the same time has been able to draft, I mean, this guy next to us. So I think the future obviously looks really bright for this team. I believe the year of the Winter Classic, we missed the playoffs by 1 point, so it could have been that shootout that made a difference. But no, the team's been able to draft well, and I mean, guys are going to be relied on a lot to help this team win a lot of games. And you've starting to see results when, I mean, Jack's our best player. Like we're winning a lot of games. Risto, I mean, those guys are guys that are relied upon to play in every situation, to be leaders on this team, and for a lot of years. And it's been fun to see those guys play, because they're good players now, and I feel like they're the sky's the limit as far as what they can bring to this franchise for sure.
2 more questions. Mike up front.
Jack, can you talk a little bit about, I mean, everybody's got the story about growing up and playing outdoors, but in Chelmsford and the pond behind the fire station, and just how cool it was to grow up and just play the game at its most basic roots.
Yeah, it was great. I was fortunate that I grew up in a climate and area where there's a lot of ponds, and people care about hockey. So yeah, it was great. You've been there and you've seen it. So I was lucky. My dad loved the game as well, and he'd get me out of school on Fridays, and when I was young, and we'd go play pond hockey together for a while, and nets. We'd play till the lights shut off, and it's great. I mean, you make so many memories just by being out there, and that's where the game started, and the roots of of this great game that we play are, and you learn a lot. It's pretty amazing, how much better you can get by just being on the ice with skates and a stick and a puck. You don't need a whole lot, and I played a lot of pond hockey growing up, and whether it was me by myself or a big group of guys, it's always enjoyable, and I have a lot of great memories doing it.
Jack, over here on the right. How much are you going to lean on the guy next to you as far as what to prepare, preparation for tomorrow, as far as what to expect, this big event? How much are you going to lean on the guy next to you?
How much do I want to lean on him? Probably not too much. He's fragile.
Ask him a lot of questions.
I'm not
How's
that heavy.
You asked him a lot of questions, what to expect for tomorrow.
A little bit. I think it's tough just because, his experience in the first one, talking to him, there was a lot more snow, and I think the game itself, you can ask some questions, but it's almost like our game needs to adjust to the outside and the environment that it's in. I mean, if you're dealing with snow or I mean, whatever it is, sun, cold temperatures, you don't know what to expect tomorrow. So obviously he's played in one, and there's a few guys on our team that have played in a couple. I think this is going to be, Benny Pouliot's 5th outdoor game. So, we have some experience in it, and for guys like myself who have never done it, I mean, it's good to ask questions, good to feel them out, and figure out what worked, what didn't work, what might have helped, and I'm the same way, so I'm sure I'll be doing a lot of that.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks, everyone.